That money they paid me, I saved that money. And to be honest, and a chunk of that money is what I used to start. We're not even allowed to like take a break and go and get a barber or someone. No, you use scissors to cut your hair. I didn't know we were braiding people even at the reception. It was full. Then one day I get a call from my boss and she's like, you know what, Sheila? I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to pay you as you go on your maternity leave.
I'm seated socializing. Somehow your name comes up. He tells us, that chick came and gave me a pitch. I wish I invested. It was just like, you should see her now. She's grown. I wish I gave her my money.
I was so naive back then. I didn't know, I had this contact of these people.
Yes.
But I didn't know what to do with them.
Also,
do you know, even my partner tells me, what were you doing?
Yeah.
You would be rich right now. I'm like, I would have been. Because I was so naive. Like, when it came to financial knowledge, I was naive. I was very naive and extreme. I only went to one person. I would have gone to 10 and I would have been given.
Exposure is important.
Yeah. So fast forward to 5 months down the line, I've created this niche. Everybody's doing crochet locks. Hey, trending, out of stock. I order again. That one was a marathon.
Yeah.
And then by that time, I'm pregnant as well. So I'm like, we need to move. We need to make this move. The big move. I got a space. Like that, the business paid itself.
Then you've been so lucky, because like same building.
But the Aki is just, I've been lucky, baby guys. I've been lucky.
That is
I've been so lucky.
Like your clients still know you're at the greenhouse.
But I've moved, twice.
Yes.
Thrice.
Yes. The one that was on the ground floor and now you moved right opposite.
Yes. I've expanded 3 times.
I've never seen someone expand so fast, Sheila.
Especially,
It's almost like every year and a half. You move. Every year and a half.
Yes.
You move. And to be able to execute that, I know it's not easy.
It's not easy. But you know me, and I really work hard.
You're hands-on.
People don't know that about me.
No, I know.
People who don't come to Spritz know. But I'm very hands-on.
You're hands-on.
I'm like to a point where I don't even have a social life, because I'm like, I need to build this legacy. Now at least I can say I'm finding the balance. Now I have found the balance. But then, it was just boom, 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 boom. I'm very hands-on. I want to interact with my customers. I want to be there. I want to know what is being done. You know, up to a point where the business grows. And again, you won't be perfect everywhere. Then there's that point where now things start going haywire. And then you're like, let me re-strategize and fix this, because I think we grew so fast. I didn't anticipate that growth, and I think I wasn't ready.
Did you now make the decision to quit? What
imagine it's
gave
COVID.
You that courage?
do you know? Let me tell you, me being a hoarder, because I never used to even take a cent from the business. I used to take 5K. I pay it back when I paid my salary. Like I used to know every cent, and I didn't have an accountant. And here I am thinking I didn't have a lot of knowledge on finances, but I knew.
You respected that business.
I respected the hustle. I respected the business. So COVID, again, hospitality industry, it was highly affected. So at that COVID, now we were getting ready to move the salon, because it was just like about 2 months we move, or a month we move to the new space.
You were by the time you're making the decision to expand and move to a bigger space, you're still employed.
I'm still employed. I was not going to leave my job.
How is it running it while employed?
It's just gone. I think that the team, I really had a very strict receptionist. Whoa, she used to be telling me, oh, you Sheila. I used to look at her, I'm like, if you're talking to me like that, then that means everybody is staying on.
It's chonjo.
It's chonjo.
Yeah.
And she was very strict. It was just doing its thing. And then I think from the beginning, if there's one mistake I did, I never had good systems from the beginning. Like right now I have a point of sale, I have a system where like when they bill a customer, they put the name of the stylist there. So that time everything was manual. So we were writing, yes, we're billing the customer, giving the customer a receipt, but we were not attaching it to the name of the stylist. But she was very serious when it came to those things. She used to write what the stylist has done. She used to be very serious with collecting money, customer not paying. She was very serious. So I think having a hands-on person like that really helped me in those beginning stages. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And again, I was very hands-on. I used to check CCTV. I'm like checking all the time. I used to pass there every day. When I leave work, I used to go there every day. Randomly. Lunchtime, I'm there for 1 hour. I go back to work. I was just maneuvering. Again, my job was flexible because I was in sales, and most of the times I needed to be out of the field. So I used to just finish a shop. I go
when you're out
there,
for meetings, you pass by
then I go back. Yeah, and again, my boss knew about the salon because she's online. She's seeing I've launched this thing, so I was not hiding anything from her. As long as again I was meeting
not
my targets.
Many bosses. Support.
Yeah, she really helped me with this transition period. Like so I knew I was expanding. We were already constructing, or rather renovating. COVID came. Then one day I get a call from my boss, and she's like, "You know what, Sheila? I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to pay you as you go on your maternity leave." That broke me, and I was like, I'm used to salary. I've been a corporate girl for like 10 years. What am I going to do? That's the only thing I know. Of course, I've been making money on the side. Yeah. But do you know when you're used to the salary, that salary?
Yeah.
It's just
you never stress about money.
You never stress about it.
Yeah, you never stress about money.
Like,
it's gonna
come. God, I'm moving to a new bigger salon. I have this new baby coming. No, I'm not going to have salary. I was stressed. I cried the whole day. But that made me decide not to go back to corporate. Imagine. It's not like, oh, it was time, it was a moment.
Yeah. Do you think had she not done that, you would have
continued working?
Continued running both?
I would have.
Likely.
I would have. That Sheila.
Yeah.
I even teased my partner and tell him, I'm ready to be a housewife. Keep telling him that I'm just ready to go there to the garden and just do my. Then he just looks at me and laughs and says, you're just running around there. Today you're here, today you're there, tomorrow you're there, because it's just in me.
It's in you.
It's just naturally in me.
Yeah.
And he knows I can't fight it because he knows it's just who I am.
You enjoy doing it.
I enjoy it.
You enjoy doing it.
Yeah. So if it wasn't COVID, I definitely would have gone on maternity leave, gone back to work. Maybe I would have stayed there for another year because again now work got intense. I needed to be there. Yeah, but I would have stayed definitely for another year. Yeah. So after that maternity leave, I didn't go back to work, and that was now me going full time into business.
Into now fully
there every day at Spritz Hair Studio. Now growing.
And so how was that transition? This is such a nice story. Oh my God.
It was hard, imagine, because I'm there now I'm a new mom. Now there's this COVID. And it's so funny that my business blossomed during COVID.
I remember the first time I visited Spritz, it was during COVID. We had to have masks as we made our hair.
Women were calling, oh, we want to come do our hair, We grew, we expanded during COVID. And while after expanding, it took me immediately, we set up this space. 1 week later, I was like, this space is small for us. We need to move again. Yes, because I thought the space was big, but we have so many clients.
By then you didn't last there for long.
I didn't last. I think the second wave of COVID, I was moving again to where we are now. The second wave of COVID. Yeah. So you can imagine even the finances, the financial strain.
It's costing you a lot of money. Yeah.
But again, me being a hoarder, I had saved. I was hoarding money from the business. Remember, I didn't splurge on myself.
You're not touching the business money.
So I was okay. I was covered. I was covered all along.
Are you serious? The business, every move you've made, the business has covered it?
Yes. When I was doing the second move, I thought it was not going to be covered.
Wow.
I was even just about to get into a partnership with some people who had approached me to invest into the business. I pulled out at the last minute because I was like, oh, I've paid salary and I've paid rent and I'm okay. And I still have kidogo left, I'm okay. I don't need to get into debt that I don't need. Yeah. So right now I can proudly say we don't even have any debt. Imagine. Discipline. I'm very disciplined.
Let me tell you, I knew you were the real deal. I just didn't know the details. But what you've done is not easy to do.
It's not easy, and it's not easy. I can say most entrepreneurs lack discipline. You'll look at your business making this money and you'll be like, oh yeah,
you start spending
let me spend. I mean, there's no point. It's not bad to spend on yourself, but think about the future. Like how is your cash flow set up?
Yeah, you should have a salary.
In case of an emergency, can your business survive for months? You know, I used to think along those lines. I was if this COVID, what's going to happen?
And honestly, had you not thought of that, the moment you needed to move, you would not have had money to move.
I would not have.
You'd be doing pitch decks now again.
I would not have had money.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep telling you, Spritz, our growth, I didn't anticipate it. It was just like boom. So I didn't have the mental capacity, the enough team to stand that growth. We just got so many clients out of nowhere. Boom. So you'd come to Spritz, you book an appointment, that same stylist has like 5 people waiting.
Do you know?
Just, so anticipated.
There's a day I had an event and I'm like, let me just go make my hair. Usually in salon, you just walk in. I walked in and they're like, did you book? Yeah. Did you make a booking? Yeah. And I'm like, no, but I couldn't even do a treatment.
Yeah.
Because
everyone was busy.
Stations are taken. What would you say has made you so successful? Because if there's a business I know that has like many entrepreneurs have failed in, is the salon business. Yeah. There are many people who open and close. In fact, in town, I know a number.
Yeah.
And you find like someone has come and set up the salon, brought in the hairstylist, and somehow it doesn't work out. What would you say is different and where do they go wrong?
That's a very good question, Anne. To be honest, I think it's a number of things. I'm personally very guarded and I'm a very nice person. Like I'm a nice boss. Number one, again, these stylists, we're in partnership with them. Stylists are the people now who come to work at the salon. So I feel like my method of how we works for Spritz. What I mean is, like most places you'll find that the salon owner doesn't have any background information about hair care, or they just have money and they want to start a salon business. So these stylists, not all of them are 100% honest. They'll come and tell you, I have XYZ amount of clients, you'll make money from me, So they get into the wrong partnership. They end up paying them a higher commission.
In fact, I hear some you have to pay. You have to pay upfront certain crazy amounts for them now to come and set up a station.
And it's bad because that is what the industry has. You know, like even now upcoming stylists, some of them you're trying to get them to come and work for you. They're like, utanilipa. And I'm like, why should I pay you? I'm giving you a platform. You know?
I see.
So that is number one, because now you get into the wrong partnership with the stylist. For them, they just think
the
about
partnership
the money.
has started wrong.
It's started wrong. So all they think about is the money. So what is that going to do? They're going to steal from you. So they're going to work on their clients. They'll say, oh, this client won't pay today, they'll pay tomorrow. So your business is not bringing money. You're seeing the client busy, the stylist busy, but he's taking all the money. He's being paid directly by the customer.
So basically, they have a business within your business.
Thank you. They're running their own business within your business.
Yes.
Yeah, or they have that station and then they're making way much more money, and then you've only asked for rent, which is a small amount. Maybe you've asked for rent and it's 15K. You know, there's a lot of money in the beauty industry. Why do you think it's a multi-billion dollar business company?
Industry,
the beauty industry. It's massive. There's a lot of opportunities to make money. So for me, my partnership with them, I do give them a small percentage commission. Why is that? When they come to Spritz, they know I have the upper hand. I'm the brand, because clients have not come because they know Gerald. Every stylist that I've ever had at Spritz, they've made their name at my business.
Yes.
And I'm proud of it because it's the truth.
Yes.
They've made their names from Spritz.
You are the brand.
I am the brand.
Yeah.
I have built them. Yes, they have their skills, they have their expertise, but I've given them the clients.
Yes.
Which is very hard. Where are you going to find clients from?
You know, that's the hardest thing to do in a business.
It's so hard.
There's a quote that says sales solves 99% of any business's problem.
Yes.
So if you have sales, you're already at a good place.
Yeah. So they know they're busy.
So you're in charge of
I'm in
sales.
charge. I'm in charge of sales, I'm in charge of the client. I even used to have a rule back then that not taking clients' numbers. So we used to be in charge of like following up with the clients, until things went south. But we picked up again. We picked ourselves up again. But so that's again, I'm the brand. I'm giving you the opportunity.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've come to your salon from 2019, and I don't think I've ever been bothered about who is making my hair. I don't specifically have any preference.
Yeah.
I just know this is the hair I want done, and I trust Sheila will get me the best hairstylist for that particular style.
And I'd like it to continue being that way, because
it's
sometimes
very good for your brand.
Because I keep training. You know, the amount people, you guys don't see this online, but I'm constantly on the ground. You'll see me running around there, carrying towels, doing this, training them, because I keep telling them, this customer, there's a word I like to use. I like to tell them, ukichoma, I'm not giving you a client for 1 week. Kuchoma means like I've given you a client, you've offered very bad service to that customer, you've not listened to that customer. That customer will leave the salon very unhappy. And what will the customer say? Oh, because Spritz, they're like this, like this, like this, like
not
this. Not
Gerald.
Yeah,
sorry, we are referencing Gerald and he's amazing, but it's just an example.
Because Spritz, this is what they do, and it's just because of that one person. So what do? I bench you. No work until you learn your lesson. So I do a lot of, we have to do a lot of those.
Wow.
I find that other salons don't do that.
Yeah.
So their stylists sort of like run the show for them.
Dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
Extremely.
So you'll find someone is big-headed. Oh, I'm not coming to work. I won't be there I'm not coming for 2 weeks. Oh, she needs me, she'll call me. Me, I don't do that. Me, I don't need you. Yes, I need you, but even you need me.
This is a relationship.
Even you need me.
You respect my work, I respect yours.
Thank you. I'm giving you the clientele, do as I say, because it's my business, you know. So it's a lot of that. Ooh. It's a lot of that.
I've seen stylists migrate. Do like full migration.
Wait, this story.
I've seen salons, and I think that's there's a while back, my friend wanted to invest in a salon, so I ended up doing like a bit of research, and that's what I discovered. I discovered like the real biggest challenge is you, the business owner, are not in charge of your clients.
Yes.
There's no business. You don't have a business.
They move
because
with them.
They move with them. So you will pay them, yes, to bring you the traffic.
Yeah.
But someone else will pay them again to move the traffic from you, and the cycle continues.
So you find. And it's bad, and like it's so bad. But do you know, even us as, because I'm a customer somewhere, if my wax lady moves from this place and goes here, me, I'll follow her, because I'm like, it's sensitive, and I want to stick to her. I'll follow her. But where do we draw the line? So for instance, like there's a stylist I used to have when we opened in 2019. By the time I was moving in 2020, we had already parted ways. She went to a different salon. Then there's this customer that, of course, she came to the salon because of me. She moved with her. And up to now, she's my friend. Like I even meet her and she tells me, I'm still going there. Do you still go there? And she's still doing the same style. Crochet lock. She does the same thing.
The same thing.
She only changes the color. In fact, I was just telling her, you need to try something else. So she still follows her, but we have a good relationship. But there are those ones that I won't, and they'll just follow the stylist. There's nothing I can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Even if they know me personally.
I think that's alive in every business. They call it churn. Yeah. So you will get new customers and some will fall off. But as a business owner, it's your duty to make sure you maintain them.
Thank you.
The highest number possible.
You just have to maintain. So what do I do? For us clients, when they want to book at the salon, how do you book your appointments when you want to come to Spritz?
WhatsApp.
You call which number? The stylist?
I don't even call.
WhatsApp.
I WhatsApp. There's the Spritz number. I WhatsApp, and they give me I send a picture. This is what I'm doing. Give me a scheduling. So
we get most of them to call the salon, not the stylist. Like call the salon, we'll assign. If you want to be attended to by the same stylist, we'll assign. Even when we're taking the inquiries, because now I've invested in a team. Again, this is something that most salons don't have, and I have a full-on admin office. I have receptionists have separated their JD. I have ladies handling the phone only. I have customer care, which we recently hired, like I think sometime last year. So her job is just to call people every day, clients, to ask them how their service was.
Are you happy
because
with
I'm
the
looking
service?
for those gaps. What is happening? Which stylist needs to be trained more? You know, I invest heavily in training. So who is doing what? Oh, you are braided wrongly. Okay, come back, we see. Then we call that stylist. We're like, oh, what happened here? Da, da, da. Then we train them. We're like, instead of saying it this way to the client, say it this way. Say it like this.
So customer service.
Customer service. Because in this industry, in the service industry, we won't satisfy everyone.
That's true.
We will never satisfy everyone. But we want to make sure that we are being accountable and training the team so that we keep improving.
Wow.
In fact, even when as we're having this conversation, it just reminds me of every time somebody creates a TikTok trending video about Spritz. I think we have had this conversation in private. That day I was so stressed. I'm like, who is this talking so badly about Spritz on TikTok?
I remember every time I see it, I go to your number, I'm like, Sheila.
And I'm like,
look at this, what's up? Are you okay?
It's so stressful, Anne, but it's just so wrong for people who've never even been to that business to think that we offer mediocre services. We are not perfect, but that doesn't mean that we are deserving of being trolled.
I don't think you offer mediocre services. It's just sometimes you won't always get it right.
Of course.
Yeah, but then every business deserves a chance to correct when they err. And I remember there was this one. This one I just laughed at you. Let me tell the story. Where I think you were looking at it as a business owner. You needed to create proper systems to manage your inventory. I honestly believe that's what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
And so you had the containers. And I remember, there's a time I came to the salon and you had like the containers where this is the amount of
it is treatment.
Treatment and then whatever it is. But then you are measuring it so that then you can have control in your, like, I get what you are trying to do.
But what?
Hey, let me
created
tell
this
you.
whole narrative.
Wow. People created a whole totally different narrative. And I guess that's why sometimes you could be trying to fix something in your business, but then your customer might perceive it in a totally different way. So the perception was you were being a miser. Like you don't want to use product on your clients.
Yeah.
And maybe that's as much treatment that is needed. Like that's the treatment that is actually needed.
In fact, it's what is needed.
But the fact that I was just like, oh yeah, Sheila.
Let me tell you, that TikTok video of that girl, oh my goodness. I was so stressed because I was the one at the front desk that day. Again, this is a whole different story because I had just been, I think my team, people who were in my team had just ganged up and left. Like they decided to leave work without giving notice. So there used to be somebody at the front desk and somebody used to handle the phone. I was even in Lamu. I was on vacation. When I'm on the plane coming back, I'm seeing an email that somebody has resigned. They've just ganged up, handing over nothing.
Oh my God!
I cried the entire. I'm very emotional. I cried the entire way back. Anyway, so the following day, which was on a Sunday, I needed to be at the front desk because now I didn't have a receptionist. So I was at the front desk. So this girl, when she came to pay her bill, I even asked her how was the service, because we always do that with all the clients. How was the service? She said everything was okay. Only for the next day for me to see that video. And I'm thinking, oh my God, didn't I ask you how the service was? At least you would have given me honest feedback at the front desk.
Really? Personally, it was you?
Personally, it was me. It was me. And she even sat there for like 30 minutes waiting for her Uber.
That's sad.
She didn't give me the feedback. And I mean, I understood and I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe she just went on this rave on TikTok. Because she stayed with that hairstyle for a month. There was nothing wrong with that hairstyle, nothing wrong. But then the way she told us her story, it's just, oh, those braids for 8,000. Oh, I better go to my place for 1,500. So there's this, it created all this entire narrative that at Spritz, we are one expensive salon. Do you know the salons around me are expensive than we are? So people think that, oh, if you want to go to Spritz, it's the most expensive place. No, it's not. We're using professional products. We are L'Oreal partners, so we use strictly those products.
I guess it depends on who your target customer is, because you can compare it with Kenyatta market, honestly, surely.
Of course, but
your services are different. They're just different. They wouldn't be priced the same. So it's like oranges and apples. You're comparing oranges and apples. They wouldn't be the same.
They wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But also from that video, there was a lesson learned, because I was like, okay, there's these containers. Why do they think the treatment is not enough for them? I was like, I need to go back and tell my team, when you have your client, show them the product and tell them this is enough, because I was not putting other things in that container. It's the legit treatment. Do you know, I was even telling those guys from L'Oreal, I spend millions. Just only last year and 2024, I spent almost 10 million buying L'Oreal products.
On products.
Yeah, I checked, I was 9 point something. I was like, oh.
On products.
We are a huge L'Oreal customer partner, huge, completely. But then there's that narrative that they won't, because we put them in all salons do that. It's just our way of how we put it. So it took me back to like, okay, my team needs to be clear with the customers.
Educate.
Yes, we do put them in the containers, because even you in your house, you'll put your unga somewhere. You know, you'll have to do those things for inventory, because it's a big team. There's a lot of wastage. We don't want to go into losses.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
From a business owner's perspective.
From a client perspective, let me explain to them because I've never even addressed this story. So I went back to the team and I was like, so we have a whole display of products. So let's say the customer selects what they want to use. This is this product I want to use. This is a treatment. You know, this treatment costs 2,500. I don't need to use half the tube of the treatment. And again, Salon, these products are not cheap. They're expensive. We need to make our markup. I need to pay the stylist. I need to pay bills.
It needs to make sense.
It needs to make business sense. I need to get a profit at the end of the day. So we have to, I'm not micing the product, but I'm using what is enough.
What is enough.
Even when you apply leave-in conditioner at home, you can't put a lot because now you have the product. Then no, you just put a little because you want to avoid product build-up at the end of the day. So a little bit goes a long way. So with those two, even for other clients who don't have full hair, one is enough.
One is enough.
Yeah.
I feel like education, like once customers understand why you're doing the thing that you're doing, there's less resistance. But sometimes that thing you don't expect they will need to be educated like on something like that, and then poof.
Yeah, but again, it was now to the team, because now the team is on handling the clients. I won't talk to every client. It's not like how it used to be back then. And I used to know everyone. I used to talk to everyone, but now it's not like that anymore. It's a big team.
It's a big team.
I think in total I have like 120 employees. And can you believe
120?
It? Yeah.
What?
Now we have 2 branches.
Yeah.
I have a very big team. And at Greenhouse Mall, it's our biggest space. We have, I think, almost 80, 90. So
imagine
I can't keep, so I have to make sure I go back and train and be like, okay, just ensure you're Like now, recently, I noticed that some of the stylists are not retaining customers. Why are they not retaining customers? And again, a normal salon owner and who has opened their business just to make money, these things they won't realize in their business. So, but for me, I have a vision. I make sure the team knows the vision, knows the dream. You know, we are here for the customer. So I found out that my department, the ones who handle open hair, most of them are not retaining their customers. Why aren't they retaining their customers? I had to make a few calls asking my friends who are also clients at Spritz and clients in other salons what we're doing different. And they were like, oh, you know, last time I came there, they didn't give me aftercare. And I'm like, you people, why are you not giving aftercare? Haven't I trained you on this?
I see.
Back to the drawing board.
Yes.
Every customer you must consult, you must and when that customer leaves, they must have aftercare.
That's true.
And then you must tell them when they need to come back for their hair, because me as a customer, I want to be told those things.
Yes.
Retention
is huge for any business, because
it takes
a huge marketing budget to get someone new. And once they're there and it's a service they can keep, I mean, you offer so many, whatever. Like, I don't need to then go get services elsewhere. So you want to make sure that you're retaining as much as possible.
So it's also like trying to get the team to understand why that is important. That is important. Again, sorry to use this word, but most of the stylists, these are creatives. They are people who maybe haven't had higher education. So they don't think beyond, they just think the money.
Yeah.
So it has taken a lot for me to get them to not think just of the money, to think of. I've had people stylists who've joined the team and they only used to think about money. Even used to be bought, but now they're 100% committed to Spritz. They even tell me we're in this journey together because it's a partnership. I'll do my job. I'll bring for you the client.
Yes.
Once I bring that client, it's up to you to now do everything that I've trained you to do. And it's a trained team, and we use professional products, 100% professional products. We are invested in customers' journey. You know, so I go looking. So that is why Spritz were successful, because other salon owners who don't do such things, and you've just opened your salon, every week you are to do where you don't bother. You let the team run the business for you. You're not going to have any results.
It's not going to work.
It's not.
So bringing in the customer and making sure they stay. That's your main job.
They get value for their money. We make follow-ups because again, as I said, I saw there was a gap. I'm like, this complaints, because we will always have somebody complaining. Even people complain about Safaricom. We'll always have somebody complaining. So how do we continuously make sure that we're handling that complaint? I need customer care. So the team is growing, and in regular salons you won't find people with such a team. And also one thing is I try to have a very good working relationship with my team. So I'll be their friend, I'll be their boss, but at the end of the day, we'll still get the work done. We'll go for drinks, but at the end of the day, we'll still get the work done. Like I try to have that balance with them. Because at the end of the day, it's my business, and they're running my business. So you want to have a good relationship with them. You want them to believe in your vision, to believe it. Like right now with my admin team, it's really, I love my admin team. So I'm trying to make them as comfortable as possible, because if you think about it, Anne,
when you're not there, they're the ones who are running
it. So they're the ones even who are bringing these customers to salon. They're
taking care of your customers.
They're the ones talking to you on WhatsApp. They're the ones on Instagram. They're the ones taking the content. They're the ones calling the customer.
Basically, they're representing you.
They're representing. And the stylists, they need that support system.
It makes absolutely no sense for me to keep this information to myself. Allow me to interrupt your program just for a little bit to bring you this news. I made over 800,000 in sales working with this brand purely on TikTok in less than 40 days. And when I tell you guys, even I couldn't believe it. It was so wild to me. And this is why it was significant. It was a new page. The content was faceless. And if I tell you the product we were selling, even you would believe it. Was it luck? No, absolutely no. It was strategy. I have been on this app for over 2 years and I have learned quite a bit. And I want to share this information that I have with you, my audience, a step-by-step guide on how to sell out your product or service here on TikTok. And I know you guys are gonna come at me. You want receipts? I'll bring the receipts. And you know this is not information I can put on the internet, so I hope you join me and we can explore how we can sell out our products and our services on TikTok. Now, this being my first ever workshop, I have limited slots. I don't want to take more than I can chew. So the workshop will be on the 26th of April. It will be a Saturday. 10 a.m. is the time. It'll cost you 3,500 shillings. And by the end of that class, you will have known exactly what you need to go do for you to be able to sell out your service or product on TikTok. No ads, no influencers, new account, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that is the power of TikTok. If you have any questions on this, please leave them in the comment section. I will try and answer as many questions as I can before the slots fill up. Don't sleep on TikTok, guys. Do not sleep on it. And if you don't believe me, ask Shiko, he's there.
So most salons, they don't have that support system. Or they don't think they need that support system. But they do need. It's very important. Because that stylist can't do customer care. And they can't even do customer care. They'll be like, because most of them, in my experience with even my team, new customer kona mambo mingi. They'll just be quick to blame somebody else. But you need somebody who...
It's not their strength.
It's not their strength.
Yeah, so let them be creative.
Strength. Yeah, be creative. I'll train you to get to that point. And it's a working process. And with stylists, oh my goodness, every day is a learning
Yeah.
journey. Every day you just have, and you have to constantly keep reminding them, oh, do this.
Yeah,
do this,
training never
do
stops.
This, do this, do this, do this.
Are you always, or have you ever been worried that you will train and they will leave?
Oh, yes.
Have they left?
Yes. And come back begging.
And come back begging. I guess that's what we mean when you say you are in charge of the customer.
Come back begging.
It puts you in a very good position as a business owner, because you're the one taking the risk.
I mean, it's also a lesson for them because, and this was this period, and it was really, but it was November 2023. So somebody who used to be my employee, actually, they decided to want to also venture into this business, went and copied everything that Spritz is doing. I mean, it's okay to get inspired. It's okay even to be a stylist, because usually in the industry, you'll find that most stylists, they want to go and do their own thing. And me, I'll give you my blessing. I've had a few stylists who've grown from Spritz. You know, they've opened their own nail parlors, and I've given them my blessing. In fact, we're even friends. When I need a nail tech, I'm like, oh, Shafiq, do you have a nail tech you can recommend me to? We have very good relationship with them, and I wish them well. Usually now the problem is people wanting to leave your business, want to go and do exactly what you're doing, then they start bad-mouthing you. And at that time, you have helped them, you've given them
sometimes
a platform.
Even carry some of your stylists with them.
So now what happened with me was this person was my receptionist. They went and opened opposite where Greenhouse Mall is. Then they started poaching my team. So this person, so first of all, it was like a second wave. The first time the person left, she left with a fellow stylist. They partnered together, opened a salon. By that time, even for me to find out, it's clients who are telling me. They're like, oh, do you know so-and-so is leaving and is going? I'm like, oh. That's how I found out, because again, some of the clients, yes, they'll go there, but they're still my friends, because that person is very good, is very creative with hair. But they're loyal to me, so they'll still tell me, watch out, I have your back, but this person, XYZ, XYZ. So at the same time, they're trying to get like 5 people to live with them. But I think, you know, as stylists, most of them, again, because of their level of education, they just think, oh, okay, we go. They don't think it through, but most of them didn't go. Most of them stuck at Spritz. Fast forward, their thing didn't work out. They ended up separating ways with that person. So this person was rebranding. Then now she was thinking, oh, where will I get stylists? So what was the easiest thing for her to do? Ganged up with also another ex-employee who was in admin, poached. I even hear they were coming to the salon in my absence, telling people, oh, you know, it's so funny. They're telling people, oh, who wants to be bought? I have money for you. Who wants to be bought? I have money for you. So unfortunately, I have like 4 employees who they were able to buy. To buy. Yeah. And buying, I'm not talking about 50K. One person was being given, I don't know, 1 million. The other person was being given 800,000.
What?
To that salon. Yeah, and they did go. So that period, and
how much are they earning for them to be bought at, let's say, like
not
800?
Not that much, but they have a few clients here and there, but they're not even making a lot of money. Again, you see, they don't know my ways. So then they're thinking, maybe when they take this stylist, things will work their way. They don't know it's the person, because you can't do a Spritz. Because Spritz is me. I'm the, you know, I'm there, I'm hands-on. You can't be hands-on, you know.
You can be inspired.
You can have the money.
Make it your own.
You can have the money to
copy and paste.
Thank you.
You can't copy paste.
Thank you. So the reason I'm saying it was a very bad period is because we had also lost one of our colleagues at work. I don't know if you remember her, Naima, rest in peace. Like, I was just like, what is this that is happening? And then I was also going through something very personal in my life as well. I was just, I was having a miscarriage. Like, zilifuatana. Like, this week I was like this. Then the next week we found out Naima passed away. Then the week before, my people have been poached. I felt like I was even like asking, what have I done wrong? That I was like, what is going on?
Ouch.
One thing after the week after week. Like, it wasn't even at 1 month later. It was literally the miscarriage, the poaching, Naima passes away.
That's a lot.
It was a very trying period because I was like panicking. I think I've never had such a huge exit because these are stylists who I had been since the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's not like I didn't have other people.
3 years in, so you've built a relationship with them.
And then I really took it personal because I was like, you're my people, why didn't you tell me? Like, just tell me, I want to leave.
Had a conversation.
And it's okay for you to leave, just tell me you want to leave, give me a
notice.
Or
give me like give me time to
here, give me notice, because you know, in this department,
plan the
you're the
exit.
one who does XYZ.
Yes.
I don't have a replacement.
So they left you exposed.
They left me
Quietly.
blank. They left me without no one exposed. And it was because they were wrongly influenced by people who used to be in my team. But they didn't even last 1 year. Within even 5 months already, their clients calling me, oh, Sheila, you know, forgive them. You know, I come here, they don't have professional products. Oh.
No way.
It didn't even get to, actually, 5 months at Nimenda Mbali. Literally on month 3, I was already, already the stylists themselves, oh, Sheila, forgive me, let's meet.
So sorry.
I'm sorry, Me being the nice Sheila, of course I forgive them. I'm very nice to my people. I give them a second chance.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in giving people second chances.
And truly, they are good at what they do.
We've never had any, you know, conflict, any big conflicts. It's just that they were wrongly advised and they listened and they were naive and they did that.
Yeah.
But now they're great. One of my top stylists.
Wow.
You know, I know it's. Let me tell you, business will test you, and especially the salon industry will test you, because this is very common. In many salons, you'll find people poaching. First of all, I don't poach stylists. Let me set the record clear. I never poach stylists. If I want to have somebody join the team, what do? Most stylists either come to me, or we will put up an ad hiring.
Then apply.
This is the level I go to. If I know where I used to work and I know the owner of that person, like for instance, my friend Jackie who owns Lux, I do find some people who used to work at Lux applying to be a nail tech. I call her and I'm like, do you know this person?
Background check,
always. I'll even give an example of urban hair. Edu. Edwin is my friend. We talk a lot. Edwin even recommends people to me and calls me and say, I have this person. I don't have space for them. They're really good. One of my nail techs used to work at his place. I called him and I was like, this guy has asked for work.
Yeah.
Then he was like, oh, he's very hardworking. I think for town wasn't working for him. Give him a chance. Somebody at the sink. Oh, how is this person? This person was stubborn here and here and here, but you can train them, they'll be better. I always do a background check on them. I never identify somebody, I'm like, oh, this person, let me go for them and give them XYZ amount.
Give them more money.
I never pay. I've never paid anybody to join my business. I give you an opportunity to come work. I have clients, I'll market you, I'll build you. Let's grow together.
This is the value I am bringing to you. This is the value I expect you to bring to the business. Come, let's partner and work together. Now that works. This other one, someone always has an upper hand, on you.
Yeah. And that model works, but because they see that you're also investing in them. Most salon owners don't invest in their team, but it's the only way. You have to invest into the vision, into the people, so that they can help you bring your vision to life. If you don't do that, then they will be like headless chickens running around everywhere looking for the next new salon. Oh, because that is what they think they know works best. They'll be like, oh, there's this new salon. Oh, they'll give me 1 million. That 1 million, you squander it within 1 or 2 months. After that, what money are you making? You can't even pay rent. Because again, they lack discipline. So you have to be disciplined. And I'm blessed to have a good team. Even our finance manager is very good. He keeps them, you know,
on their toes.
If they want to take due advance, he tells them, don't spend more than you can't. He's the best. Like,
so he's taking care of the business and also them. in terms of financial
he even talks to them and tells them, you come. Don't live beyond your means. You know, like, because they're not great financial planners. Somebody will make all of a sudden like 200,000. We'll be like, whoa, spend. And the next month they want to take advance. They don't have. So also we have to constantly talk to them about such things. So I feel like I'm building my dream team, and they're helping bring the vision to life. And that way also when they're at work, they're in a great position to work at clients, because you know they know what they want to do, they know who they want to become. Because most of the times, even when I'm having performance reviews, I do performance reviews for stylists. Like I do ask them, where do you want to be in the next 5 years? So you'll find that most of the stylists that I have at Spritz, people have grown with. I've been with them for long. And most of them who end up leaving, there are those ones who will separate, will part ways for 1 or 2 reasons. But most of them, they'll leave going, like I recently have one of our stylists, she's joined the L'Oreal team. She's a pro educator.
That like for a bigger opportunity.
For a bigger opportunity. I've had like 3 people opening their own studios, you know.
Which is nice. Did you always know that this is the strategy you apply? Is it research you did? How did you How did you figure it out? Because there are many who still are yet to figure it out.
Okay, and I learned it
on the job.
I learned it on the job. But also when I was starting out, what really helped me was having entrepreneur friends who are also entrepreneurs and in the same industry per se. So we used to share a lot of like failures, you know, stress. I'm like, oh, what will I do here? I think I remember one of the days I was crying about the reception, and I can't remember which of my friends was like, why don't you just hire 2 receptionists? Why don't you have one working this shift and another shift? I was like, oh, thank you. I didn't think of that. And then I was like, oh, but I don't want to pay salary twice. And then they were like, but your business needs it.
Yes.
Then now you start thinking about what does the business need. You start thinking different. Oh. So most of it is just through conversations, through the community that you've built, through even clients, conversations with clients. Then you pick a few things here and there. Remember, the sales and marketing strength, that will always be there.
I remember we once had a conversation about some of the processes, and you were receiving payment in cash. And I remember paying, and then I called you and I was like, Sheila, cut out this cash business.
In fact, I'm sorry to say this, but one of the people who left to go and open their space, they used to steal from me in the beginning. That was the loophole my manager identified. And that time she was not even my manager. She was just like, oh, you need to look at. Because there was a way we used to say, like, when they send me the report, they used to say, like, if people are being tipped, they used to be like, the cash will be less XYZ because we've tipped. But then they were just pocketing it. I've gone through it. I've gone through it. I just that I don't want to talk into detail about employee theft. But it's real. It's a huge challenge. And it's a huge challenge. Even you'll find that somebody...
They're stealing products, they're stealing money, they're stealing time.
Everything. Money, product, even the collaborating with the customer. Because you see, even I usually say as a customer, you shouldn't pay that person directly.
Why are you
doing that? Because
that's true.
You'll find that somebody, it's so funny that, and then once they know, I know, they're like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry. They apologize, and the person who will steal from you is the person you would least expect. And
the truth is, the people who do that never change.
The
best is to just release them.
They never change.
You just
so like I remember one of my employees, one of my ex-employees, because I ended up releasing them. One of my ex-employees used to be paid by the client directly cash. Every time she comes for a service, pays cash.
Why is the customer doing that though?
And then also it's because now you remember again that loophole of we've grown so fast. I wasn't ready for that growth. Then now again, I can't keep track of everyone who's come to the salon. At that time, I don't have proper systems also because I'm yet to transition to proper systems.
I feel like with each growth, it brings new problems, new gaps. Every stage comes with its own issues. And so by the time you're done sorting this out, now you've grown up again. And now you need to sort now this other, identify them first because you don't know they exist. And then now, figure out solutions.
Do you know that thing for paying directly to the stylist? That person ended up becoming a serial thief. He would take things from the studio, put in his bag, go with them, do house calls. I had to call, I even called cops on them. I didn't know who the person was. I called cops and I was like, you will tell me who the thief is. And it was just like, if you know me, I'm not Sim Kali, but I had to bring that personality for the business, for them to take me seriously. And sometimes they get away with things because they know, our boss is so sweet, she's so nice, I can get away with it. Hey, I had to have this personality. I had to evolve, and I'm loving the fact that I've evolved from being this naive entrepreneur. Yes, I still know my business, but now I'm a force to reckon with. And I can say that loudly because I've had so many other salon owners, entrepreneurs come to me for advice, and I share with them my journey to benchmark, and I tell them it's not easy. I also go through the same things that you are also going through. It's just that I've identified what's working for me. So this person ended up becoming a thief, a complete thief.
Complete thief.
So even when after I called the cops now, wakasemana sasa, the next morning, the following morning, they had already told the finance guy. So
who
this person. So I had and it was bad because that person had been with for so long. Since I opened Spritz.
Probably they had it's something they had done from like
and then they go through this phase in their life where they're spending so much that they're earning, then they become they become addictive, and then they see, oh, I've stolen once, twice, thrice, I've gotten away with it. Yeah. So as much as you are being hands-on in your business, you need to identify those gaps. I feel like people have a way of knowing those gaps before you do, and once they see those gaps, they take advantage.
Yes, your employees for
yes,
sure. Do you do mystery shopping?
All the time. All the time. And now I even have I have a procurement team because I have a big store. We have that business where we're selling hair products and hair.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Yeah,
Spritz Essentials.
So I have hata hapo nimefanywa character development, but now where we are with the systems that we use, from time to time I'll count how many treatments do I have. I'll see it's much in the system. I'll be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. You know, like right now with the new branch, with everything, I'm not as hands-on as I used to be, because I'm also trying to step away so that I can let the team do the job, because I've hired finance, I've hired a manager, I have a customer care manager, I have a sales manager.
Yes.
You know, I want her to do the job. I want to empower her to do the job. So I can't do everything, because if I do everything, they'll look at it as, where am I still being hands-on? Where am I being, you know? So I let them do the thing, and then we have weekly, I guide them, and then we have reports and stuff like that. So I still check.
So tell me about that transition to Spritz Essentials before we wrap up.
Okay. Spritz Essentials was always, I think when I started Spritz, I knew for sure I also want to do. Remember I wanted to do products.
You wanted to do products.
Yes, I wanted to do products.
From the pitch deck you had earlier on.
Yes. Yeah. And one of the products that I introduced, because when I was now starting the salon, I was like, oh, I need organic oils, I need stuff like that. So I'd already even had suppliers. So, but the products were just using them in-house. And then customers used to be like, oh, which oil is this? It's so nice. I want
that avocado oil.
That one. I was even like, putting the bottle. When someone tells me, I want, oh, okay, let me put in this bottle, take.
Yes.
That's just how it started. And then I was like, oh, okay. We have essentials that people need every day in their hair care routine. What are those? You need an oil, you need a moisturizer, you need a bonnet to sleep with, you need an afro pick, because our clientele, most of them used to have their hair out natural.
Afro.
So it's just that. And then I created that. Then Spritz Essentials started.
So did you formulate the oil?
Yes.
Because I remember you used to have the avocado oil.
Yes.
That would just be in the salon. But you couldn't buy it.
Yes.
So were you testing the product then, or how did you even formulate it? How do you make it? Like, what's that journey like?
I was testing the product because even that time I don't think I was even doing the concoctions, but I did already have a supplier. So like I have to get the organic, the raw product, and then now look at other ingredients that I can add so that it can now be a powerhouse product.
I see.
You know, so I had to do my research, do a few trial and errors, and then I came up with I'm not a formulator, but I went online and did a bit of research on formulation. Then I came up with a formula. And after trying a few times, mixing here and there. So funny, I do that in my house. Like my store is just my warehouse for essentials. One day I'll show people how I pack my oils and stuff like that.
Please do. We'd love to see it.
Yeah. So I just did that, and then now I came up with a formula. So it's the same formula that I now use.
How has that journey been like? Because I know it's not a physical store.
Yes.
Like you had envisioned it before.
Yes.
It's an online store.
To be honest, I think I've slacked a lot there. And when I say slacking, it's doing really well, actually. It's just that it should be far ahead. Like right now, Spritz Essentials should have its own shampoo, its own leave-in, its own treatment. Those are the dreams that I have with the brand. I feel like a lot has just been happening, and I didn't have enough time to concentrate on Spritz Essentials. But this is the year I'm hoping I'll bring back that. I want to now get into formulation, develop like products, a whole range of products, and then also get out there into the retail market. We don't have KEB certification, so that's why I'm still only selling online and just at the salon. So it's doing well in terms of like everybody who comes to Spritz will purchase the products. People have interacted with it online. They buy from the website. But it can be out there making a lot of millions.
I see.
So it's just like I've not tapped
one thing at a time. Because I feel like if you did both, then one would probably suffer.
So there's a lot of potential there.
It has.
But then, other than the products only, we do have hair. So we have like artificial hair, like synthetic human hair. So I feel like that is the one that is doing really well.
Spritz Essentials.
That one.
I feel like you're really you have a good eye for
Yes.
picking hairstyles.
Yes.
And I dare say you're a trend setter.
Thank
You set it, they follow.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
what I'm saying for most of us. When you visit like a different salon,
Yeah.
it's usually like
Yeah.
just scroll up unataka gani, and usually it's Spritz Essentials.
And in fact, we've been doing a very bad job. And I was telling my team, you know what, this is the year. They'll remember us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been slacking a lot of now being an entrepreneur. You're not able to think creative, especially if you're trying to have the systems in place. You find yourself doing...
You're working in the business.
Because my head should be thinking creative, thinking, okay, what new styles are we doing, sharing with the team. But I'm just there like, which customer has complained? I feel like who has come late?
No, Sheila, don't beat yourself. I feel like there are stages to a business, and that babysitting, it's like a baby, it's necessary. Then once they mature up, then you can release them and now focus on other things.
We are past that now, thank God, because now I do have people taking care of that side of the business. So I'm able to think about the growth and the vision of the brand from the other side. But the hair is really doing well. We do a lot of wholesale. I have customers in Uganda, customers in South Africa, customers in Tanzania. They buy in bulk. I even have customers here. I sell to many salons. They buy the hair from me. So they see the hair, they use, and then they take. I have very many, even in Kenyatta Market. I have a very big client in Kenyatta Market. She buys hair from me all the time.
From you all the time. Wow.
So that is doing well. Yeah. Without even having to make a lot of noise. Yeah, I feel like with now the way the era that we are in business, after you create that niche, you still have to make that noise. And even for me, I was saying, I've created this whole empire, but I need to be back because most people don't know me from back then.
Most people didn't know you back then.
Yeah, most people
that's what you mean?
Most of our new clients, they don't know I'm the owner of the Spritz.
I see.
They've not interacted with me
then. Oh, so we can expect to see you around more often.
I think it's time for me to reappear again because the business is the person, you know, especially if you have an SME, you're your business.
I see.
You're your business as you're still building it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want this episode to end.
Me too. It's been so much
I don't want this episode to end because you are sharing so much value. I had some 2 notes over here that I've not even looked at since we started. Let me just see if there is a question that maybe I can ask you before we close because I think we've covered quite a bit. We've been talking for a while. We have. Is there a decision you wish you had made sooner in your journey? Yes, definitely. Opening up a second branch, I wish I would have I wish I would have done it sooner. Yes, because there was definitely Spritz is a big brand, and again, the reason maybe we were not able to take up many clients at the same time is because the space had become small for us. So I feel like I would have in previous years, I would have already opened a second branch. But we've finally done it. We're now on Kiambu Road at Ndinda Mall, so come visit us. So I wish I would have definitely done that sooner. How is that experience compared to this one? Does it feel like, it's easy, or it feels like it's still a baby? Sorry, it's easy. It's easy because I know what I'm doing now. Like I'm doing it right. It's easier. But it's a new team. Still a baby. Still a baby. Stylists who didn't have a lot of exposure. So I have to train. I have to do this thing. I see. Yeah. Okay. So there's no rest. Still. I still can't rest. You still can't rest. Work in progress always. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Any last words? Because now we just have to end the episode because we're going to be here for a long minute. I feel like I took the chance on myself. Not knowing where this or what this would become, and it did eventually work out. So I'd like to encourage any young woman out there who's also looking to dive into the entrepreneurship space. It can be a salon, it can be, a laundry, a studio, or anything you want to do. There are many salons, there are many laundries, but what are you doing differently? What value are you adding, or what value are you offering your customers? I feel like that once you identify your niche and you know you have a vision and you make sure your team understands that, I feel like it will be a smooth ride for you in your entrepreneurship journey. So it's just a word of encouragement because I started from nowhere and here I am.
loving and living my best life.
Yeah.
But of course, it's not
Hard
easy. Had a lot of hard work. I think there's that, because most people don't show the hard side of entrepreneurship. And why don't
It's
people
not
talk
easy.
about that?
We are talking about it now.
Oh,
We're talking about
it's
it
a
now.
full-time job. Like, you think
Yes.
you're running away from your 8 to 5. It's a full-time
it's
job.
24/7 on
It's
this
a
other
full-time
side.
job. Remember, my partner always makes fun of me every time he calls me in the morning and I'm on another call. He's like, is that the rider? Because I'm always either I'm talking to the rider, I'm talking to who.
You're busy.
And the towel's been delivered. Like, it's always like, so he's always making fun of me because it never ends. Like, they know they don't need to call me, but they'll still call me because wamezoea kunipigia simu. They'll be like, oh, towels ziko hapo, nilete, unakuja job ama nikujie towels. Never ends. So yeah, so I'd just like to encourage you to believe in yourself, take that leap of faith. Don't be comfortable. I think if you stay comfortable, it will draw laziness and attract laziness, and you'll just be like, oh, this business, it doesn't even do anything for me. No. Put in the work. Build a community of friends within the same industry or also entrepreneur. Because I do have friends within who are also salon owners that I talk to. You know, we advise each other. It doesn't have to be a competition all the time.
Many people say, oh, there's gatekeeping. I don't think so.
No, I mean,
I don't think so. Real entrepreneurs who know just how hard it is. I've not met someone who is like grind on the grind who is mean. It's not possible.
It's
after you've gone through this, it's
not
possible. The process has a way of humbling you.
In fact, I even have salon owners within the same industry coming to train my people on services. I'm like, oh, can you come, please come to... I've even gone to train another salon on social media marketing. I don't mind. Like, exchange information. Clients are too many. We can't exhaust all of them. And there's space for everyone. So that should just be a word of encouragement to you.
Wow, Sheila, I have learned a ton. The fact that this is the first the first session you're having, and telling the Spritz story, I am honored. We are honored. I'm sure my audience is going to enjoy this so much. And the way it looks from us who are on the outside looking in, it looked like a properly executed strategy. Like, it was sat and drawn and then executed, bang. That's kind of how it looks.
At least now they know.
I can't imagine. This is like figuring it out as you go. Which I think the most powerful lesson from this episode is you don't need to see the entire staircase. Just take the first step, then take the second, then take the third, and before you know it, you're on 10th floor.
Before, I definitely didn't know I would be where I am now. And now I even have a team. Like, I'm training my team. Like, look at me. Like, I'm just like, wow,
I am so proud of you. And I think you're even going further. I can't wait to see where you go, and maybe in 10 years we can have this conversation again.
I mean, I have so many things I'm working on right now. So people...
Anything you'd like to share? What can we expect next after the brunch? I don't know.
I mean, I think I should, because I've been working on it.
Please?
we're about to open a hair clinic, like for head spas, for scalp analysis. So it will be purely, we'll be looking at your scalp, analyzing your scalp, of course, trichologists, professionals, seeing what the problem is, recommending. That's why I traveled to Korea. So I went to research and invest in that technology.
Question, will it sort our hairline?